Nightcap is a place to go. Nightcap, so you don't feel alone. Nightcap, yeah! Pour a drink, dirty or virgin. Coffee, water, or whiskey or gin. Nightcap, you don't have to be coy. Nightcap gives Ricky and Joy.
Hello, and welcome to a very special Nightcap. It's no more special than usual, but good day. Welcome to Nightcap, the bi-weekly web show consisting of two friends unwinding with the topics that make us hot. I'm drinking a tension tamer tea. My name is Richard Pucci, and this is Miss Joy. I'm a real person, Nickens. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was going to say person, too. I'm a real person. What's up?
Yeah. You're so real, you could be on the real.
Basically. And be realer than them.
Yes. Let's see. So, let's see. I have the chat up, and as do you as well, correct? Excellent. We are good to go. So this is Nightcap, where we talk about stuff that we do.
Yeah.
In case you are new, which there might be new people, there might not. I don't know. So we talk about TV, movies, life events. Sometimes we get gossipy. We get into games and comics. Wendy Williams. Have you heard about Wendy?
Only on Twitter, and I didn't get a chance to look into it. What happened?
All right. So I listen to Wendy Williams when I do dishes at Starbucks all the time. And so she apparently for the past couple of months or weeks or something, she has been living in a sober house. She didn't say what her addictions are or the reasons why she went into the sober house. But she is at a sober house. She does deal with a lot of, she has raised a lot of money with the Hunter Foundation for addiction. And then she just, they just created like a toll-free number, which just went up like 2 days ago, which is really weird timing for all of this. So not very much information. A lot of people are probably like, oh, good. You're super brave. It just makes me wonder, like, because if she's been doing this for a while, like, why did she release this information now? Was somebody going to scoop her on the story and she just wanted to get to it first?
I mean, you always try to get ahead. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. I was just trying to adjust my leg. Let me try that again. Oh, my God. Well, I'm awake now. You always... If it's going to be news about you, you would rather get ahead of it than someone else like bust it wide open. So maybe that it could be a reason. But I had no idea until I saw it trending on Twitter. And I was like, Wendy Williams again? What did you do now?
I preferred when she was when they were talking about her husband with like the thing on the person on the side. Like that was good. I like dirt. Like if a gossip columnist has dirt, there's something nice about that, because if you're like sort of like gold mining for other people's like dirty laundry, then like people are entitled to know yours.
Exactly. Because what is going on with? Is she still married? Doesn't she have a son? Like,
yeah, she's got a son. He just started college this year, and so now she's like holier than thou about like, well, little Kevin, he got into college on his own, which she talks about it so much. I'm like, thou protesteth too much, and I know that she probably didn't do anything, but I'm like,
it's like, calm down.
Exactly. Like I got into college on my own. Most people do, but the one percenters, and like people are acting like this is new. Like, no, the method in which they are doing it is new. The thing that is not new is that like, oh, you'd hear people say like, oh, so-and-so's uncle bought a wing of that college. Like it was always about who you knew or greasing the palms of important people to get into like super prestigious places. So I mean, like, I'm like,
it's only a problem when, you know, other people, oh, I can't believe it. Oh no, like, no, like you said, it's nothing new. People have been doing it for hundreds of years. So
you know what's new about it though is that the people doing it, like they're like parents of, or they're like the parents of like these kids are like celebrities. So as opposed to it have been like, you know, like the head doctor of some like hospital, you know.
Yeah, it's like celebrities from TV shows that everyone's watched and loved.
Which makes it like less prestigious, right? Or at least that's the way I take it.
I mean, having them do it didn't really, it wasn't like, oh my God, but it was a whole thing where people were saying like the kids didn't even want to go to college. Like they were just like, I don't care. Like if the kids, like I understand that part, I don't like. I'm like, if the kid didn't even want to go to college yet, they were like being forced to go, and they're taking away spots from people, not on purpose, but taking the spots of people who really could go to college. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, that's definitely the part that sort of rubbed me the wrong way. Especially the one girl had a YouTube video stating like, oh, you know, I don't know when I'm going to have time for school. I've got this going on. I've got that going on. Of course, I'm excited about homecoming and parties and stuff, but I don't know about the school part. And I'm like,
basically,
I'm like, the reason why kids that go to college party so hard is because they're working hard. You know, and the reason why they're able to do both of those things is because they actually don't have like jobs. Like a work study job is like 20 hours. So like, don't like try to tell me that like, oh, like, no, it's work, but it's not like hot.
Oh, you're gonna die, but come on.
Yeah, and I had a work study job that most times, like, what, you're sitting at an office and you're doing your homework. My work study job, I was building costumes. I couldn't do my homework. So that was 20 hours that I wasn't dedicating to anything else other than doing my job.
And that's why I was just like, you know, these kids, if you have the money, and you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If you still have parents who have money, you could put that, not to say take your parents' money and put it towards something, but you don't have to go to college. Like you really, it's kind of like the opposite. You don't have to have that stigma of, you know, now that my parent made it, I have to go to college. Like you could literally have pursued your YouTube career and called it a day. Like you weren't going to go broke or poor because, you know, mom's got money. Like mom's got, I'm going to keep using her Full House money, which they in syndication and all that stuff. And she was on Fuller House. So I'm like, your mom was making money. You really could have just sat down and did nothing.
Do you know who her husband is?
No.
Her husband is Massimo.
Massimo? Who's that?
Target. The Target designer.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
They got money on both sides.
Oh my God.
On both sides.
Oh yeah, like she could have just been a intern or something. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I just, that part I don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. Also, I think it's funny, just the photoshopping element.
What photoshopping?
That's one of the funniest things that they were doing. They were like, oh yeah, like it's like, oh yeah, say that your kid was like in like the rowing team, and it's like, oh well, my kid wasn't in the rowing team, so send us a picture and we'll Photoshop it. So they photoshopped a picture of the kid in the on row team.
Oh my God, what? People are bored. Like people are just people are awful.
No, but I'm like, that's too much. And I have been saying for years, just because of how much how much money kids waste that actually really don't want to go into college.
Yeah.
I've said for ages, I'm like, listen, if you don't want to go to college and if you just want to spend a year partying, because a lot of times these kids will go to a 4-year school, like in like California or Florida, they'll go to a 4-year school, they'll go there for 1 year. They won't have any credits because they go to some like crazy private school where the credits wouldn't transfer to a regular school if they went to a community college back home. So I always say, like, listen, have your parent like figure out a way that way you could, get a part-time job, have your parent pay rent for you to be in either Florida or California for a year. All right. It'll be cheaper than paying for college with the dorm and the classes and all the other stuff. It'll be cheaper if you go out there for a year and you come back, because you're not paying for those classes. You're not paying for those books. You're not paying for all that other stuff, cheaper, because these kids, they end up going away, wasting, 25, 50 $1,000. And when they come back, they have nothing to show for it. Cheaper if you literally paid your kids rent, because a lot of those parents sign those loans,
Oh yeah.
So no, let your kids sow their wild oats. It'll be cheaper for you. It'll be what, $40,000 cheaper for you?
Oh yeah. But at the time, what makes me mad, of course, too, is that a lot of parents are caught up in the whole, I want my kid to be better. I want them to go off to college. And it's that whole stigma of, oh, well, little Robert didn't go to college. What is he doing with his life? Oh, my God. And then the parents are, what are you doing with your life? And he's like, I don't want to go to college. Like, they all get stuck up with this whole, well, my son or my daughter went to this college and they're doing blah, 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 blah. Like, it really does have to, it has to end with either us or, the next generation. But I agree with you. We need to tell the youth and down the line, look, if you really are set gung-ho about going to college, we are living examples of what happens when you go. And of course, there are good decisions about it, but if you're really going to go there, you have to be smart about it. Not smart to go to college, but smart with your intentions and your strategies and what's the end game in terms of, your beginning, middle, end. Because like you said, Brookdale, I had a solid plan, like 5 semesters. It was paid for, and it's not because of my money, but what classes are you going to take? What are you going to do? How long is it? Like, you can't just go in like, oh, I don't know. So
me and you both went into Brookdale, literally stayed, like, because I said the same thing. I was like, listen, I'm going to be here for 2 years. And of course and it's so funny because you always hear people complaining about the advisors, like when they're scheduling. And like my big thing was like, because they're always like, oh, that's a lot of credits. So like let's say instead of you taking the max, instead of taking 5 classes, you'll be taking 4 classes. So they screw you over in the long run. But for the most part, if you go in and look, what do I need to achieve in order to graduate with this, specific, certifications or whatever with your associates, like they will make sure you get out. And also in dealing, if you know that you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something that requires
more schooling
in general, then go. Okay. If you want to go to widen your horizon and you don't care about the job thing, even that, I would say just go, because college sort of changes the way that you think about things, because they force you to take classes that you'd never take. Right. Right. So like you can play devil's advocate and write that paper about something you don't believe in, because you're like, wait a minute, there are 3 different reasons why people that do this believe it. So I can find their rationale and I can write a paper about something that I don't believe in. Right. So it opens up your mind to that sort of thing. And then it's sort of like adulting 101. Like it teaches you how to be an adult and how to start like waking up on your own and but it like in a smaller scale. So like if you want to go to like broaden your horizon, like that's even a thing. But if you want to go to like waste time or to do something or to possibly do a job that you might be better like apprenticing under somebody, I would say,
You
like,
might as well do that.
yeah, see if you can apprentice under somebody. If you just want to like be kind of crazy, then just get a job and live with you and your friends, live together. It'll be like a dorm room. I don't know.
Well, that's the one thing. It's one thing if you want to live like that, but not to say all your friends want to live like that. And even you can't even trust some of your friends. I wouldn't trust. I mean, high school, definitely going into college, I wouldn't have thought any of my high school friends, you included, because I didn't know anybody like that to be like, oh, I'm just gonna live with you like out the gate.
Yeah,
I definitely would have been like, nah, I probably should like see what the options are. And for sure, if you have friends that are like, oh yeah, we'll totally bunk with you or whatever, then totally do that, like you said. But you know, remember, all y'all are in the same boat. Some of y'all have similar mindsets and some of you don't. So it's kind of like, if you really plan on doing that, you for sure gotta work on communication skills and make sure you have people skills down, and all that stuff can be done outside of college for sure, and cheaper.
Yeah. Miss Joy, have you been watching or listening to anything new?
Yes, I watched Captain Marvel last weekend.
Ooh, how was it?
It was something. It was good. It wasn't as good as I thought. I had a hard time pinning down my emotions or my thoughts for it, but then I did listen to someone for like on a podcast for 19 minutes, and he summed up he basically said what I was trying to feel in my mind, and I was like, oh my god, that's what it was. It's good, but the way that it was explained, or the way that the story went along, the first part of that movie was kind of like I didn't connect to it.
Okay.
Especially because I don't know anything about Captain Marvel. Like, I didn't read any Captain Marvel comic books. I didn't play any Captain Marvel games. I don't really know her. So the first part of the movie, I was like, who is she even? Like, I couldn't connect to her. I only connected to her after she met her best friend, the black woman in the movie, the black woman with the child. After that, I was like, she is kind of human, huh? Like, it didn't. And then the way that they chopped up the story, it was like going from past to like present to past to present to past, and then you're like all these mashed up memories. And I was like, I don't really get it. But then towards the middle / end of the movie, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like this. And then there was supposed to be a moment, like you know how Marvel, there's always like a bring it home for the hero. Like, now the hero is discovering who they are, and here's their powers, and they're like better than what they were in the beginning of the movie. And there was a moment in that movie where you're like, it should have been brought more home, but it's because you didn't really have enough time to get to know her that you didn't connect to her when she got her power, like her real power.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, oh yay, you can be powerful too. Cool. Okay, and you can fly, whatever. Like, it didn't hit as home as much as like Wonder Woman did. Like, when Wonder Woman went through her journey, it was kind of like you saw her. You saw Wonder Woman, right?
No,
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay. Well, definitely watch Wonder Woman and then watch Captain Marvel and see if you feel the same way about both of them.
And I was really excited. That came out like June, either June or it was like June 4th. The year that it came out. Like, I was super excited, but I didn't have anybody to go see it with, so I never saw it. And then it feels dumb watching it on a small screen because it's just not grand. But now, did you think that the cut up version of the storytelling hindered liking it? Like, if they told it in a little bit more of a linear fashion with like less flashbacks. Like they still could have done flashbacks, but just from looking at the trailer, I could tell like, oh, she doesn't have all of her memories because of X, Y, or Z. And this is about her discovering not only her powers, but also her past.
Yeah, it would have been better because honestly, and again, the man, I'm going to shout him out because he's very, very popular in this world. Mark Bernardin is very, look him up, guys, if anyone's watching. But basically with the movie, what should have happened was that there should have been more time spent trying to tell us about her human side. Like, did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy? Okay, so remember how Star-Lord, you got to know he was on Earth, like he was a human person, and he wanted to go away. Like he left his mom or whatever the case was. We didn't get any of that with Captain Marvel. It was kind of like we see her. She's not going by her real name because it wasn't told to her. So she's just this soldier the whole time. She's a soldier doing a mission. And then when she ends up having to go to Earth, she's not like, oh, I kind of remember this, or oh, this seems familiar, but I don't remember. Like kind of trying to figure out, like, am I a human being? Was something happen? It was like, nope, I'm a soldier. I'm on Earth, but I only have to do the mission. Only have to do this. So there's like, all right, well, she's on Earth now. There's Samuel L. Jackson and AJ Coulson, and she was just like, nope, Earth, like not this planet sucks. I don't care. And then when she meets the best friend, the best friend knocks some human reality into her. Like, nah, chick, I knew you before all of this soldier nonsense, and you or blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And she told her herself, and that's when she was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
I think I was here. And then you're like, oh, that's the human connection I was looking for.
Yeah.
So the first whole hour of the movie, you didn't get any of that because you're just kind of like, well, who is she? Who are these people? Who's the bad guy? Like you don't really know because you're spent kind of lushed in this. Is this real? Who's her boss? Who's the real bad guy? I was like, this is a lie. And then by the time you really get into the movie, it's almost over. And then it's like, I'm Captain Marvel. Like, then you're like, oh, okay. Cool.
You know what? It seems like they, and that's a 2-hour movie, or I'm assuming it's a 2-hour movie. It sounds like, because I know that this. Okay, I'm about to put on my fancy pants.
No, go ahead. Come on.
It sounds like they went super sophisticated with this, like for a superhero movie. You know what I mean? Because then you could say like, oh, well, like I didn't see it, but like you could be like, oh, well, like it was good though because we got a chance to like see how sterile the soldiers can be in that environment. You know what I mean? Like it shows like the sterileness and like what happens when that happens. And that's why you could feel so happy for her when she gets her power, like when she powers up, so to speak, in the third act, because it's like, whoa, like she was just a basic
soldier, do what you're told.
Yes, a basic soldier, do what you're told. And then, so you have, okay, so she's basic, reprogrammed. Then she finds out who she really is. And then when she powers up, like, so with the fact that she's a basic person, she's just a human, a modified human, and she's able to power up. It's like, whoa, but that doesn't fit the regular Marvel formula. Like, it's more sophisticated than that.
It didn't hit as hard. And honestly, like you said, the other element that they tried to incorporate in there is the fact that she had these powers like when she was a soldier, but her boss or whoever law kept telling her, you have to control your emotions. You have to keep it under wraps. You can't do this. You can't do that. So it's kind of like that theme of women have to be quiet. They have to be like, they were trying to interweave that in there too.
That's
like,
that's kind
your
of
total.
That's super forcing it.
But I'm not saying that that's what everyone felt, but
Oh.
you can tell a little part of that was like the flashbacks of her as a girl, her as a teenager, her as a preteen, all of these. You can't do that. Like all men, like you can't do this, you can't do that. You're not strong, you're not this. And then she like finally busts out of that, that stigma of like, I can do it. And then that's when, so that moment, when it happens to me, all Marvel movies, that moment did not hit as hard for me as they usually do. Like in Wonder Woman, which I know is DC, but when Wonder Woman was like, I'm a badass bitch, like I'm coming, I'm kicking, like that was like, yeah, like Spider-Man.
Are you talking about when she walks through the impale of the gun?
Oh my god, you have to watch this movie. When Chris Pine, and this is how you know this is a good ass movie, because I still remember this. When Chris Pine, fine looking man, was, and they were on that war field, and he was like, there's all these people with all the bullets shooting and stuff, and he's like, you can't do it. Like, it's, if you go out there, you're gonna be killed. And she was like, F that, son. And she just walked up, titties out, hair blowing in the breeze, and she was like, and she just starts walking, and you're like, ah! Like that's that. I'm overcome with emotion.
Yeah.
So that's the moment I'm talking about. Did you see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I did not.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, those are two movies you have to see before 2019 ends.
You are like, okay, so.
Oh my God.
It's funny. Like, I feel like the comics, like the comic movies, we are so on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Oh my God. Well, I'm only mentioning those. Well, I didn't even, of course, obviously didn't mention Black Panther. That was all up in that. But Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, when Miles Morales, like, because again, you know how Spider-Man basically is the same kind of woven story. Spider-Man, he doesn't really know how to use his powers, and then eventually he like finds out, and then he uses his powers for good.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, when he is fine. Oh God. My throat is dry. When he finally is able to accept, like, just let go. Just anybody could be behind the mask. Just let go. Do you. Like, trust yourself. And when he does this backward, he jumps off of a building, slow motion, and flips backwards. And he just like, he lets go, and he's like skydiving down like really fast down the New York skyscrapers, and then he just goes like it's like a come to Jesus moment, and he just like flips in the air, bro. Like, so that's what I was expecting with Captain Marvel. One of the pinnacle moments of the plot, where she's like, I am, therefore you suck. And then she's just like kicking ass, blah, blah, blah. It didn't hit. And that's what I kind of sad about, because I was really looking forward to like seeing it and wanting to see it. And now, all right, Captain Marvel's done. What's Endgame? What's Avengers Endgame?
Yeah, because that's the missing piece.
Mm-hmm.
That was the missing piece. But hopefully having gotten rid of, or having figured out origin story and getting that out of the way, you can get to the juice of it. And just because as an actress, she is freaking amazing. She's a really great actress. Brie Larson.
Her, I will comment. I still don't believe her fully as Captain Marvel, but she already is, so bam. And the way that she runs in this movie, is
it not good?
She has the goofiest run I've ever seen in a superhero movie. Like she's just like doodle 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 doo. Like she's
You are sexist.
No,
You are sexist. You are saying she runs like a girl.
I'm Googling it. I'm gonna YouTube it after this and see if there is not a compilation of Brie Larson running, because she runs like an idiot. Like, it's so in a funny idiot, not like a stupid idiot. It's not like, oh, I don't know how to run. Like, she's just like, I'm a superhero. Like, you can see it in her face, and then you can see it in her shape, where she basically probably said, run like a superhero. Run like a superhero. Okay. Like,
no, she is no. If you know anything about her as an actress, that is not what that is totally not what she said.
I'm sure that's not what she said.
She lived in order to get prepared for Room. She lived. It was a movie about a girl that was placed basically in like a pit, and she was like captured, and she had to live inside of like this very tiny like room, and she got raped, and she had a child, and she had to raise her child in this room, and it's about their eventual escape. Before filming, I think she spent 3 months in a motel room, and she didn't like wash her face or anything. She didn't go outside, so she didn't get any sunlight. She didn't read anything. She just lamented to like figure out what that experience would kind of be like.
Oh my God.
She found herself like reading the backs of like shampoo bottles and stuff like that, just because there was nothing. So to like try to get into that mental space, and like, so like she started to like do yoga and like sort of do like push-ups and stuff like that. Just because she figured that with this girl eventually having a child, she'd want to like eventually like try to like build herself up. And she was an athlete. The character was an athlete. So like try to be like fit. That way she could protect her child if she needed to.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, maybe
it wasn't her. Maybe it was her stunt double. I don't know, but someone wasn't running very heroically.
I'm just giving you a Brie Larson just because as far as she actually got an Oscar for that movie.
Because I don't know her. I really don't.
Oh,
so it's kind of like, who, what? All right, I guess. Sure.
It's funny. She has like this great divide. So she has like really interesting artsy, sort of movies that she makes, and then like commercial movies that she makes. So it's almost like she does the commercial movies. That way she can do this like indie movie, or like this artistic movie, or it's like there's a great divide with her. It's very interesting. So Mr. Rodney is on the line, and he says Into the Spider-Verse is so great.
Told you.
And he was agreeing with you as far as Brie Larson being Captain Marvel. He said great actress, not Captain Marvel.
I mean, I was trying to say this with a couple people, but I'm like, there are so many white women that you could have chose from. Like, there's not a shortage of white women in Hollywood. And not to say that she wasn't worth it. Like, I still like the movie, but I'm like, who picked out Gal Gadot for Wonder Woman? Like, that they kind of specifically ended up, and I don't think she was even supposed to get that role, but there are people out there. I would have much rather have had an unknown white woman and have her shoot to stardom, like I hope that they do with Batman. I'd rather have an unknown male actor who's new, or someone who's been in it, like, background roles. I'd rather have someone like that shoot to stardom than to have, dusty old whoever the hell, be Batman again. Like, I don't want to do that. Show us some new faces. Show us some new talent. Not whoever.
Rodney says that Pink should have played Captain Marvel.
Pink? I think Pink could do Captain Marvel in a music video. I don't know about her acting.
But, okay, so...
I love Pink. Pink's great.
But I mean, Captain Marvel, like, her powers are like supernatural. Like like I don't think you would have to be as jacked as Pink.
I mean, Pink. Now that I'm looking at, I mean, Ronnie actually completely. I can see what you're going at. I can. Maybe. Do you think Pink would have been a great Captain Marvel?
I can't see it.
You can't see it. Okay, I'll let it sink in for you because I'm letting. I can imagine her short blonde hair. I can imagine her like being tough, and I can see her doing a music video being Captain Marvel.
No, yeah.
But I don't know about like her being it.
But doesn't that go against the meaning of the movie?
Video, yeah.
Yeah. See, for music, yeah. No, and it's not to like typecast her as she's not worthy to, you know, be a movie star or something. Like I would watch Pink in movies. There we go. Short hair Captain Marvel. Like her, I can imagine the cover of short haired Carol Danvers in the Captain Marvel suit. I can see Pink in that outfit. I just don't know about the movie in itself. The actual movie. I would rather have Pink make a song and have it. And Pink actually probably should have been. I have another note about that. Okay.
As I'm looking up short hair Captain Marvel.
Yes. So for the big fight sequence for Captain Marvel, they had Gwen Stefani from No Doubt. They had the No Doubt song, "I'm Just a Girl." Oh, I'm just a girl. Na, 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 na,
Wait, they
na,
had
na.
that for fight sequence?
They had that. Yeah. I know, and I was like, why?
I love that song. I love that song, but like
that was the fight sequence for like when crap hits the fan. That's the song that they put on. And at first I was like, okay, because you know I'm just a girl, she's a girl. But then I was like, they should have had a Pink song. But then I don't know if Pink had songs in the early '90s, like because they were trying to.
No, that's late '90s. Oh wait, is it based in the '90s?
Yeah, like the early '90s.
Then yeah, no, that's appropriate then.
That's why I had to Google it, and I was like, oh, okay, that song did come out in like 1990, like 5 or 3 or something.
It was like 5.
So that's why
they're
No Doubt is like
because No Doubt self-titled was like 93, but that was before Tragic Kingdom.
There you go.
Tragic Kingdom was like 5 because it was Leanne Rimes versus No Doubt for the Best New Artist, and Leanne Rimes won.
Dang! See, look at you.
So it was like I think it was like 6. I think it was like 96.
So that's why they put it there.
That's my mind. That's my mind. I don't know. Like I didn't Google that, so if I'm wrong, you guys. I like how I said you guys, Rodney. I think I'm pretty close though.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, all right. At first, I didn't like
that.
The song.
That makes sense. Music selection wise, that totally makes sense.
So I'm like, I think Pink would like blow it out of the water if they gave her a Captain Marvel suit and they made her do a music video or something, but not for the movie. I would have much rather had some unknown actress cut her hair or whatever it was, because even in the movie, she had like a short bob.
Yeah.
But then when she transformed and she was like flying out in space or something, it was the helmet and it had the blonde mohawk.
Okay.
Too. But you know, she had like the mask and like the visor or whatever that she had on. So they were playing with different looks of Captain Marvel at the time of her.
You know what?
Oh, Rodney got it.
95.
1995. Gwen Stefani been out here.
Yeah, no. She's like late 40s.
Ooh.
Looking good. Looking good.
What were you gonna say?
It's funny because like when I think about I don't even know. I do want to see Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I do want to see Captain Marvel, and I should have already seen Wonder Woman.
Please.
I know. That actually really upsets me. It still upsets me because nobody wanted to watch it with me.
I would have driven down and watched it with you. I could
Oh,
literally. I have the DVD. I could drive to you and we could watch it.
oh.
Plus, Into the Spider-Verse is gonna come out on Blu-ray.
I'm not Spider-Man person.
Oh my god, you don't have to watch this.
Not any of the not any of the spiders persons.
It's so good. Well, this one it actually has a bunch of them in it, and it's so funny. It's
not
hilarious.
into the Gwen. Not into the Gwen.
I'm like, I'm not either, but she looks so good. Oh man. Oh, I wish
Because
Rodney
1,001 cosplaying girls is
Play.
what caused that to happen. Or wait a minute. Or how about Gwenpool?
But then there's like a billion Harley Quinns. There's a billion Poison Ivies. There's a billion Catwomen. Like, there's so many people that play that.
Nobody is Catwoman anymore when you could be Harley Quinn. You know that's true.
That is basically true.
That is true.
People still do it.
I know. Good.
Look, Rodney convinced him to watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I don't know what. Okay, and I learned about why Peter Parker was the most influential thing at the time. I in my persuasion and social influence class, I learned about how with superheroes at the time, like you were meant to they were role models, so to speak. And the thing that made, and so the sidekicks were all the kids, right?
Yeah.
So the kids reading the comics would relate to not Batman. They would relate to Robin. And the thing that was influential about Spider-Man was that was like the first time that it was really like, it was solo. It was just Spider-Man. It was just this teenager that you could relate to. It wasn't like the B, it wasn't the B side of a Batman. He was his own thing. He was the big deal, you know?
Yeah.
But Rodney was like, you will like Spider-Gwen.
In this movie, yeah.
That's because after like 3 or 4 years, Rodney's like, he's a girl's guy.
No, but Spider-Man.
No, I am.
In this movie, she's a badass though. That's the main reason. She's not like, hi, I'm Gwen. Like she's really like, who are you? I don't care. Goodbye.
So she's Raven. She's Raven.
She's so funny. Like she's good. Like she has the attitude. Well,
you sound like Raven from.
I know. I made her sound like Raven. But with this one, I like this one because even in the that brief Marvel Rising thing I saw like on YouTube, it was like Spider-Gwen is like the opposite of what Peter Parker was. Like Peter in her universe, Peter Parker is her best friend and she watches him die. Like she tries to save him and he dies, and then she's like, "Oh my god, I have to stop those people!" Like, or find out who killed my best friend. I was like, "Oh, go ahead, girl. That's nice." But she's like a drummer. She's part of a band. Like she does cool stuff. So I liked that that version of Gwen Stacy. You Ricky, you are your own person. Stop trying to say you are who you are. But
no.
Please watch Into the Spider-Verse. It's like
the proof isn't. No. I'm not saying that you said that.
Yeah.
I am saying like no, like there is historically data, like data points. It's like okay, I was excited about this.
And not any of this.
Yeah, and like, oh, okay, like, oh, what's that over there?
Oh, man. I just really want you to watch Into the Spider-Verse because it honestly, though, for real, and I know it's 2019, it is better than all the Spider-Man movies. Like, it is better than that.
And this is the animated one?
Yes, this is better than the upside down Spider Kiss. This is better than. And I had a crush on what's her name, Kirsten Dunst and Tobey Maguire. Like it's better than those. This is so good. It's funny. It's relatable. Even if you're not like Black and Latino, like you would get it. It's good. I really wanted to watch it like 4 more times after I saw it the first time. Like it was so good.
Oh, find a bootleg. Come on.
I'm gonna buy it. Like
I was
tomorrow.
gonna say, like, you're from Neptune. You should have had that.
No, I'm gonna buy it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's coming out like today. Now it's 12:01.
I was like, Red Bank.
Yeah. There we go. So
You're like, get it straight.
get it. Yeah.
I was like, you could
Red
go
Bank.
to one of those places on the corner and you could have had it.
No, I will buy it. I will go full out Best Buy, whatever the heck, and buy it. Which I will.
And then I have been working so much, so I didn't watch anything. So that's why my topics were basically nothing. I think maybe tomorrow might be my last day of Starbucks. I'm not quite certain. I'm kind of sad. One of my regulars got me a cake because if it is my last day tomorrow, they might already be getting me a cake because historically, like that's what they do. And I've been there for 6 years, and they got a cake for somebody that was there for like 4 months. So yes, but like it's weird though because I'm like I don't want to expect it, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's weird. You should get a cake though. 6 years, that's a long time.
I know. I should get a plant.
You should get a coffee bean plant. Then
they should get a coffee plant. Yeah, like in Israel, they should plant a tree in Israel, and it should be a coffee tree. So yes, and then I could visit it and harvest it, and they would say, "Stop doing that," and I'd be like, "No, this is mine."
Right. I have my identification.
Yes. Unfortunately, Mr. Rodney, because I'm a terrible human and I have worked like 60 hours thus far.
Like a slave.
Yes, I've worked 12. I have 12 days on so I am at 8 days into 12. I think I'm in 8 or 9 days into the 12. So I'm really tired until my next day off. So we are going to have to bid adieu, yes, in a proper amount of time this week, which I am sorry for, but I'm happy we didn't cancel.
No. We here.
Yes. So unfortunately, I watched Orange is the New Black. I started watching the old new season. It was good. I watched it in like 2 days during like not so free time. So I finished that. That was pretty good. The other half made Cupid. He's been making Blue Aprons. I think I want to like talk about that next episode. What I think about Blue Apron as a whole.
Oh, like he's been ordering it?
Yes, he's been ordering and making Blue Aprons. And so I think I want to like review like Blue Apron, like what I think about the experience, so to speak.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I always hear about it in podcast ads, so totally.
Oh yeah, cool. So that's so unfortunately that is it with me. How about you, Joy?
I'm trying to. Well, I beat The Last Guardian on PlayStation 4, so I'm taking a bit of a break from video games and trying to read some comics. And I'm trying to get through this one book, and we'll see. So just been trying to read and Netflixing it. Hopefully watching some movies and relaxing, saving money and all that stuff.
Woo, save that money. Save that money, and don't forget taxes are due soon.
Oh, I already paid them. We paid our taxes.
Okay, good.
Which was awful, but like we paid it, so we don't have to think about it now. It's just saving money, and hopefully that don't happen again. How much money? But I don't want to have to, because that was money I was trying to save for something else, and then ended up having to go to that. So done, paid for. They accepted the return, whatever. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate
Thank you, Rodney. Thank you, Rodney.
And Rodney over there.
And Rodney and Joy. Thank you, Joy, for always being here.
True.
I'm trying to
Thank
stall.
you, baby.
I'm trying to stall because I'm looking for
The music.
yeah, I'm looking for the music.
Oh my God. Hey, Troy. Troy just came in.
I was Oklahoma. I'm like Troy.
Oh my God.
Normally we run for an extra like 30 minutes. I'm so sorry, Troy.
Wait, but okay, guys, like I'm gonna just throw myself out there now. I'm gonna go on Instagram Live. Like, if you guys really did want to talk for a few more minutes, I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but I'll do it. If you guys have me on Instagram.
Yeah, Periscope.
Yeah, oh wow, not even that, but okay. I'll Instagram for a little bit.
She's like, I'm gonna open up my YouTube Live.
Yeah, no, that's like, sucks. Yeah, I'll Instagram Live for a few minutes and then I'll go to bed because I'm tired too.
All right, Troy. Woo! See, look at that. She's where it's at. All right, Oklahoma. Thanks for watching. Joy, thank you for being.
Oh, yes, you as well. Thank you for being, and have a good night. Appreciate you.
I am so excited that on Saturday I get my first day off since not this Sunday, but last Sunday.
Yes, you deserve all the days off. Please chill, rest yourself, Oklahoma. Oh, Yasumi.
Oh, Yasumi. No, sorry.
Yes, there you go. Look at you. Reading Japanese.
Oh, look at my eyebrows.
Oh my God.
It looks like the thing.
Oh my God. It looks like the thing.
Konnichiwa.
Bye.
All right, we love you. Oh yeah, do the thing. Do the hand thing one more time.
I'm doing the hand thing right now.
Okay, wait. Okay, there we go. All right, thank you so much. We love you.